No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Hear, feel, and think.
Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer. You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Atheris.
We created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more, nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds, a song of hope. One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. How, I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day, do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero. Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know, and it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you, to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
That I can't deny.
Ha! Acceptance! At long last! The conflagration of our clash will scorch even the stars!
Duty calls. Commence battle for Endwalker. Well, good luck here.
Yeah, we'll see if I survive.
Araya is asking what option you picked.
Think what you will, but I'm not letting you leave here because all of them, I didn't really like any of them.
Look, before he was all about just burning through his own life. But now when you put it how he did just now, that I can understand.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
Not how that was supposed to go.
Is this truly the best Heideland's chosen can master?
What if I step in this? Oh, fire resistance up. That was probably useful.
Show me your vaunted fortitude! Soon you will know the full extent of my power! For the taking! Mine for the taking! A test of your reflexes! A test of your reflexes! For the taking! A test of your reflexes! your reflexes! Ugh. Ah, my soul! How it burns!
Why do I feel like there's a quick time event coming on?
I know you too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent. Yes, yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet!
I didn't like the ice.
A test of your reflexes! I have you! A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude! A test of your reflexes! I have you! Mine for the taking! A test of your reflexes! I have you! Ah! No, not yet. Not until the last of me is spent. Burn! Now fall! This is my moment! Our moment!
Damn, if only if we were a monk.
That I should lose again. How disappointing. Never have I understood those around me, understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark, blinding, brilliant. Gone too soon. What of you, my mirror, born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure? Was this life a gift or a burden? Did you find fulfillment?
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and
Please. You can't leave us! Not like this! If you do, I'll never forgive you! So come on! Open your eyes and get up!
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought... After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could, but how is the pain? That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this! When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came! And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life! Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
A crowd of adoring fans?
We're home, my friend. We're home.
Is that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home. Yes!
Welcome home, everyone! Welcome home!
Nobody minds if I skip the credits, right? Yeah, I feel like credits gonna last a long time.
At least they overlapped them with the cutscenes a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember having nearly as many names and stuff going on during the cutscene.
Or maybe because there was a lot more people or characters.
Yeah, that's probably why they did it.
No skipping credits? Okay. But yeah, we finished Endwalker main story. How does that make you feel, Kier?
So, Hildebrand?
Maybe not today. I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do that on my
I figured
own.
we'd be doing that on our own. I
Yeah.
just think we can finally do Hildebrand again.
Hey, do you want? Yeah, we could do it. You definitely can do Hildebrand.
I mean, you you can stream it. I want to enjoy it on my own since, you know, that's one of the things with more comedic moments and hearing, oh, he's laughing, so joke is coming. Isn't this fun?
Yes, fair. to be maxed? Yeah, no, it's maxed. And there's a lot more stuff to unlock too after finishing Endwalker. There's a tribal quest, well, allied societies. I think someone mentioned something about Island Sanctuary.
Yeah, Island Sanctuary should be with this. And I'll finally get to that glam I've wanted from it.
Ooh.
Eventually. I don't know how much work I have to put in to get that glam.
Ah. And I still need to finish up Eureka and Baja too. Because I think some of the cutscenes we watched today are actually affected by that.
Mm.
So how'd the Xenos fight go for you?
I got murked and had, but it was like, you have the strength to continue. So it was like, yeah, you of course were going to get screwed. I guess I don't know. It brought me down to like from 1 health to full health after a down for the count.
Yeah, but did he do like a special attack for it, or did you just like get down to 1 like normally? Like did you like fail mechanics or something like that?
I assume I failed mechanic. Maybe I did, but I assume I did.
Like it looks like there's like a scripted sequence where it uses up one of the charges and then revives you. And then also revives you a second time. So that you need at least like 2 stacks available to finish the fight, I guess. So
was
if you
this limit breaks? Was this limit breaks you're referring to?
No, the stacks that bring the stack of 6 that brings you on your buff bar, that brings you back up when you hit a 0 HP.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No.
I don't typically look at abilities unless I'm in a party. Like I have them on screen, I just don't really look at them.
No. Well, how many times did you get reduced down to 0? That's the easier question.
2 times.
Yeah, then you didn't really fail any mechanics much.
Okay.
Not to the point. I'm not sure if you did or not. I didn't watch you fight, so. Like maybe you face tanked everything. I don't know.
Doesn't this whole thing make the alternative timeline where the world ended that Grahatia would like merged out of, I guess? Yeah, doesn't that kind of screw with that timeline though? The fact that the whole reason that everybody was sundered by Heidelin / Venat was because they saw us. But we didn't exist long enough in that timeline to do that. So how did that timeline exist in the first place?
Good question. Crystal Tower nonsense, I guess.
Like, unless this is like a splitting universe theory, and it, at some point after we went back in time is when it split. Like, that's the only way that would make any sense. But from what they've implied with the rules of time travel in this, it doesn't make sense for the timelines to be splitting.
Oh yeah, we still haven't met Elidibus back in Elpis too. Because he said he saw us back when he was sending us back in time, but we never actually met him yet. So we're probably gonna have to go back to Elpis again? Probably?
Maybe.
There's no way there's gonna drop that they saw us in the past and just like not follow up on it.
I mean, I guess they could have just like seen us walking around, because they weren't there when they gathered at that tower place where all the memories were wiped. So it could be that they were on Elpis, saw us, left Elpis, and never really thought about it until later. Or the fact that they, you know, the whole like suffering yada yada, messing with memories, because they in a way were dead and fading, that somehow brought their memories back the same way it somehow brought the memories back to them itself or whatever.
No, I mean Elidibus, not in itself.
Yeah, I'm saying because Elidibus is the one who we talked to and then was like, "Here, I'll help you time travel," right?
Right.
So, if they just saw us from afar, forgot about it because it just looked like some familiar.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have just like
it.
put in a scene in passing where they saw us in while we
They
were actually
could have
there.
had him in the background, we just didn't notice.
No, I know he wears white. I think we would have noticed.
Did he originally wear white?
That's a good question, but he also wears a red mask.
Because they were also like all meant to look the same.
Yeah, but he's also an assassin, so he has a red mask like M itself does, just a different shape. So that would have been a deader giveaway.
Like, we could have just missed him in the background, is what I'm saying. Or, you know, he just never thought to put him in the background.
No, I'm sure if we did see him, I'm sure someone in the chat would have just went, "Hi, Elidibus," and just let us know about it.
Except for the fact there's plenty of times, like, if we're starting our streams, that nobody's quite watching that.
We'll see.
Probably the best timing for him to have popped up is, like, right after we became visible.
Yeah, I thought he would appear like right before we were about to leave or something. Oh no, they're giving us the smiles, Kier.
All because we're talking about timelines.
Okay, now I see why.
Just to walk past Vanat and see that you're the Warrior of Light.
Yes.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the Rising Stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself, a veritable maelstrom of it fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones.
Wait a minute, I didn't wear that armor back then.
For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining
That it
lights
is.
that illuminate the dark.
The tone confused me.
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there.
Shit, how are we gonna pay our bills then?
We'll have to ask
At
him
least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the
I
foreseeable
think he's
future,
done a 12-hour
I
stream
expect
before.
that we must work independently.
Have we?
As we seek out problems that want for solving.
I thought so, but I might be
But a day will
misremembering.
come when we
don't
face
think we
another
have.
great challenge. And we will face it together, as we always have.
Oh, I don't think it was we, but
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Yeah, we kind of done 2 patches worth of
Plotting
content
to build a
in
mercantile
one
empire to
stream.
rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Green, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loperids embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, the cadre of Loperids hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Heidelin, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Venat's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I call it friendship. I do not wish to presume. Aye, I would be honored should they consider me a friend. For 'tis certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the scions of the seventh dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead, I do offer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Oh, Green. How are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Sharlayan, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that, if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause. And so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must, and will, do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Odysseon. Through our work, Sharlayan will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest help in Raha and Ojika and our former remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. I'm an adventurer. It's what I do. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Oh, Green. Might you have a moment to talk? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Cryo, I decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Aldacian. Not only am I indebted to Master Galu for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a Scion. No, this is Rising Stones. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise. To embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you onto the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons, when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While it is true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams, in the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. It didn't need to be some grand endeavor, didn't need to be a promise. Whenever a venture calls, I won't hesitate to invite you. And I hope that you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. Did you even sleep today? I know. I can all but hear Lena and Beck Luke's voices each time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find a new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word. And should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you. Something that had been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final day subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts. The history of Aetheris and the ancients, the glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hold such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even with the potential for a corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. What say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and to seek to preserve them for posterity? Aye, let them be read and remembered. Just put Gratia in there. He'll love it. Very well then. I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be a less polished work and more reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse had prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never has to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. I don't know, why are we getting the shady music with Histinian?
Like staring contests, right?
This is Shepherd Rex all over again. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you earn your keep now. You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want further options. even if some are worse than others. Yeah, Rob gets what I'm saying. No sooner did Aymeric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium District. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment. And have. You have? Some days ago, a Hunnish envoy arrived with word from Vritra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, as like as not. In Thavner, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteion. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charleon, most have already returned home. But too many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vritra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charleon if they wish, to work and study. Vritra is always a satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has a complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was of any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence had ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vritra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgar Sormer didn't give up. In hope, he made a journey to distant Aetheres with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lands, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things, I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. Ahem. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter, on the mend I trust. Yep, at full hit points. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, healing magics or no. I'm impressed by how swiftly you recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteion defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, a source in all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We have a purpose in our roaming after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to little problems that go untended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from the aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell I am faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Green. I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I've ever made. Aye, I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running. You'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Green, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, and in case you hadn't heard, we received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in lands surrounding the bounty, where the skies first began to burn. After that, a calamity was observed in the far north in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We've also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was in an area in the northern empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlian too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming out, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own capacities. The Scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this older business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alvinode. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier though, and that I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activate a teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alice Leveilleur. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Green, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending to the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I made him worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alice and I are off to assist with Golemal's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsebach contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Golemal among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the Tempest across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, that nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, and we might better help them to begin anew. You'd best write me too. Write you letters? Of course I'll be glad to do so. But I'd be glad I was still for you to come and visit, and I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you. In good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and a dear friend both. Thank you, Green, from the bottom of my heart. Spoken your fear, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Leave the Rising Stones? With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlian before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radz at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
First, I think I'm gonna go look for Hildebrand. Then maybe go back to Elpis and see if I can find Elidibus. Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Oh, there's Elidibus.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night, the beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
You have completed the main scenario quest Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Sharion. Rest well, champion of Aetheres, for many and more adventures await you.